you gotta always stay where God can put his hand on you. So wherever God positions you is where you need to find place. Now, watch this. The bowls and the cups there are just inanimate objects. That's all they are. They're just concrete objects. They can't move, they can't talk, they can't do anything. So, it was the disobedience of the children of Israel that got the bowls and the cups in the wrong temple. How much of your stuff is in the wrong hands because, Colin, you mismanaged the one relationship that's worth protecting? Are y'all still here? So, here it is. Watch this. Real scary, actually. The bowls and the cups didn't represent what they made, but what they ain't mature enough to keep. What they made with their own hands, but what God won't let them keep because their immaturity causes them to constantly lose the very thing they created. You want to know what's heavy? Is some of you are incredibly gifted, but your gift never produces anything but grief. All your gift do is bring you stress, because after people use you, you have nothing to show for it. One day y'all gonna figure out anyway, y'all. Yeah, and it happens all the time, Stephanie. That's why a lot of people, that's why a lot of women feel used for their bodies. Seriously, that's why a lot of women feel used for their bodies. Feel like a man just used them. Because at the end of the day, it's always about something else for you. It's never about being comfortable with God and seeing yourself as the vessel of God. That's why some people, when they come to church, I've heard hundreds of people, not hundreds, I heard so many people talk about, I was living in that church and that church used me. Why did it use you? Why do you feel like that? Because at the end of the day, if you're immature, immaturity always makes you compensate for the applause of people at the expense of being faithful to God. And so you go out of your way to get people to think you're wonderful, and then when they don't compensate you at the level of expectation, you get frustrated and you reject them because you're trying to protect your sensitive ego. Preach, Pastor. And so what happens? You lose it. You lose the things that God has for you because you don't manage the relationship God has for you. But then there's this blind man. The blind man is a problem because what's been lost is him. He's lost. He's a man that doesn't have something that's naturally himself. So Jessica, he's the lost one. He's the one lost. And here's what I want to preach in the service. A part, Holly, of what God needs to restore is you. He needs to give the you back that can see the world you live in. Because you've been connected to things that have blinded you to who you are. God Almighty. And the enemy loves watching you not see you. So either you run into stuff that if you saw, you wouldn't even run into, or you allow people to lead you that you don't really know where they go. I go to a lot of new cities, right? Jackie, I go to a lot of new cities, right? And it's an amazing thing when you go to a lot of new cities because you don't always know where you're going. So there are times when you're riding in the car with somebody, you have to trust they know where they're going because you have no clue where they're going. And especially if you're riding in a taxi or a cab and the cabbie starts taking you down streets and you start going, this dude is running up the tab. Why? Because he knows you are a tourist and you have no clue of how to get to where you want to get to. So he can make a $10 trip, a $50 trip because he knows you're not smart enough. He can actually, you can be around the corner, Reggie, from where you want to go, get a cab because somebody told you it's somewhere, and they take you through town, end up right around the corner from where you were, and you go, man, I've seen this before. But because there's no consistent exposure to that area, you don't know that you just got jacked for $50. Well, the devil will put people in your life that will run you through the ringer